Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Sunday, the 23rd of April, 2023. Oh, the 2s and 3s are there. We'll find out if there are any 2s and 3s in our Sudoku puzzle in a moment. Hope you're keeping well and enjoying your weekend. One of the unfortunate things about human condition is the propensity to see people who are not geographically close to you as fully like you. I have a feeling this is a thing for what am I talking about? Headlines, Reuters headlines and stuff coming up. The US has managed to get its diplomats out of Sudan. There's a war going on and in the capital and in Khartoum, and that's the big news. That people, that the ambassadors are managed to get their way out. The diplomats are on their way out, and of course the same thing is going to happen to the others as well. The UK diplomats getting out. That's the news. Our people are out, and this is often how news is portrayed. Often when there's some kind of crisis in a foreign country, or even when there's an accident. An aeroplane has crashed and in country XX, but there were 2 British nationals on board, and this is the important thing to be concerned about. I wish we wouldn't do that. I don't know if it's a natural phenomenon or a created phenomenon. Either is possible, I suppose. But there are hundreds of thousands of people actually locked into their houses in Khartoum at the moment with no food and aid, can't get through, etc., etc., really suffering in those places. Those people are human beings, same kind of feelings as you and I, same difficulties and challenges in life. The diplomats, well, they're humans too, but why are they more important than the others there? Let's make sure our news reporting and our compassion fits to every human being on the planet, not just those who are from the place near you. And I don't single out the US or the UK or any particular nation for this, because I find it's a kind of general thing. Even here in Thailand, people do that sometimes. News organizations do that sometimes. So I don't think there's one country to blame. I have a feeling it's a general thing. Okay, let's get on with the game of Sudoku. Now, it's the Observer this morning, as it's a Sunday, and I don't know what level it's going to be, so just a very quick précis of the rules. We have 9 squares across. You fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each of these squares. Each number cannot be repeated. We have 9 squares down in this column, and you do the same thing there. And then we have these small grids of 3 by 3 where you can fit the numbers 1 to 9. So that's it, really. That's all you need to know. There are, of course, 9 rows down, 9 columns. 9 rows across, and 9 columns down, and there are 9 of these small 3 by 3 grids, so it's a game of 1 to 9s. How do we go about finding the answer? It's a game of logic. We use logic to find the answer. We say, for example, we have a 4 blocking down here, and we have a 4 blocking across here and across here. What do I mean by blocking? What I mean is, this block here, this section here, this grid does not have a digit 4. We're looking for a digit 4 here. When we look at the intersecting numbers, these particular 4s, we can see how they intersect. And since a number can appear once only in its column or row or block, we know that by logic, that is the only possible location where a 4 can go. I hope that was okay for you. Now let's continue on with a similar idea. 7 blocks down here and 7 blocks across here. So that's going to put the 7 into that square there. Got the idea now? Okay, so now we'll continue on. I see 5s blocking across these squares here and 5 up here. That's going to give me a 5 in that square there. Most Sudoku games give you an idea of what they consider the difficulty level to be before you begin, but the Observer never does. So that's why I had to give a quick rundown of the rules, even if it turns out to be an expert level game, and it may well. 6 blocks down, 6 blocks up. We'll put the 6 into this square here. 6 blocks down here and 6 blocks across here. That's going to put the 6 there, and we can take the 6s across like this and say that's the 6 in that block. We up here we have 6s blocking across these 2 rows, and we also have a 6 going right to the top. So let's put one there. And I think that's as far as we can take 6, because we'll be left with this pattern here. So if a 6 appears in this square, it will also appear here. If it appears here, it will appear in that square there, if you're new to Sudoku. Right. Now where? And that's the perennial cry of the Sudokan. Well, I see the 2 blocking this square here, this particular square here. We need a 2 in this row. We've only got 2 empty squares, so we know that the 2 goes there. And now we can finish this row with an 8. So we now have a complete set of digits from 1 to 8 in this row. And now we're just looking for one more number to finish this block here, and that's going to be a 2. Then that 2 blocks up here and the 2 blocks down here, and 2 across here means that that's where the 2 goes in that particular block. So generally in Sudoku you get a few easy numbers and then it's time to think, unless the game is a kind of easy level game, in which case you don't need to think very hard at all. It looks like I may have done the easy numbers and now it's time to think a bit harder, or maybe I'm just missing something very easy. So to see if I'm missing something very easy, I'm just going to go through the digits one by one and see if I spot anything that's, aha, look, that was easy. Or sometimes get an idea for another pattern that will emerge based on the digit itself, but also sometimes based on more than one digit. That's a nice easy one. We have the 3s blocking up to the top there now, so we'll place the 3 there. Okay, so I said I sometimes see other things. So the 4 and the 5, not just the digit that I'm looking at, other things too. The 4 and the 5 block up here. That means we've got a pair of 4 and 5 in these 2 squares. No other digits can appear apart from 4 and 5 in those squares, because this 4 and 5 blocks up this column here, right? So if we've got 4 and 5 here, how does that help us? Well, for the 1s, I'm not sure at the moment if we can find any more about the 1s. For the 2s, we already know 2s are in this square and this square. Okay, that'll do. We know that 2s, okay, so 2 blocks up here and across here, right? And we know that this is only 5 or 7, so 2 would have to be in one of these 2 squares. Now let's look at 2 in this block over here, blocking up here, blocking across. So 2 is either here or here, which means it absolutely forbids you from becoming a 2. You must not become a 2. You must be a 2. Okay, and now we'll take that 2 down, and we have 2 across here, so we'll also get the 2 in that square there. And now we'll come back and think about this a bit more. What did we have here? I've forgotten. It was 5 and 6 in this square. And now we can see that the 1 blocks across here. So 1 is in either this square or this square, blocking across here. The 1 blocking across here and the 1 blocking up here. So we know for sure that has to be a 1. We also see the 1 blocking across here. That puts 1 into either this square or this square, right? 1 has got to be either here or here, which means it will block up here, and then the 1 blocks across here. That will give us a 1 there, and then the 1 blocking down here puts the 1 into that square there. Okay, we're doing quite well. I'm going to come back and look at it again just in case there's any more we can get up here. Yeah, there is. This was 4 and 5, if you remember, and now we can see the 9 blocking across here, so we know that the 9 fits here. You see how that was very useful, finding that 4 and 5, wasn't it? 9 blocks across here and across here. That puts the 9 into that square there. Now, if this is 4 and 5, what are we left with to go here? 3 and 8. Does that help us any, knowing that this is 3 and 8? Yes, because 3 already blocks these squares, so these can't be 3, so we know that that has to be 3, and now we know that that has to be an 8. Right, where do we go now? Let's see. Might be worthwhile. I don't have any completed digits yet. Once you get 9 iterations of a number, that's all you need for the entire puzzle. I don't have any completed digits yet, so I'm still looking for every number has at least one more to be placed. So I think I'm just going to go through and clicking away and seeing if there's anything really easy to be had, as I did a moment ago. So again, we've got the 6 blocking up here, the 6 blocking down here, and the 6 across here. But we also have 1 blocking up here, and 1 down here, and 1 across here. So we found ourselves another pair here. This has to be 1 or 6 only. Can't be anything else. Does that help us? Let's hope so. Let's look at the other numbers and see what else we can do. So 1 and 6 are here. We've got 2. How about the 3? What do we know about the 3? Anything much? Not a great deal. We've got a 3 over here, but I don't think we know too much, do we, really? So, okay, how about the 4? Along there, along with the 3. What is this? I've forgotten. 1. My memory's so short. 1 and 6. So 3 and 4 blocking over there. I wonder if we might have a single here. This, no, I don't think it is. Yes, maybe it is a 7. I think I might have discovered a single 7 in this square. Okay, before I go any further, I think I may have discovered a single 7. Let's see. Can this square be 1? No, it's not a 1. Can it be 2? No, it's not a 2. Can it be 3? No. 4? No. 5? No. And it can't be 6 because I just said 6 is in one of these. 6 is one of these 2 squares. Can it be 7? I believe it is a 7. Can it be 8? No, because when you look and see 8 blocking across here, 8 is going to be in one of these 2 squares, so that can't be 8, and it can't be 9, so it has to be a single 7. Okay. Now, actually, 7 and 3 block across here, 7 and 3 block up here, so we have a pair of 7 and 3 here. So we can find out what's missing here. This has to be a 1, doesn't it, to complete the column. Okay, and then we know what's here. We know this is 3 and 7, so this has to be a 9. I'm not sure about the level of this game. I'm finding out stuff that maybe is not just using easy techniques. Maybe it's, but that's going to make it more difficult to for me to give it a level, because I don't really know whether it's going to be hard or not. We have 2 blocking. Oh, sorry. My apologies. I was about to tell you something unnecessary. Forget that. Okay, what I can tell you is in this row here, we don't yet have an 8. We have an 8 blocking up here, 8 blocking down here, so that's going to be an 8. We have our 8 blocking up here and 8 across here, so here is our 8. I'm just wondering what I'm going to put on the front of today's game. I always put up. I think. Do you know? I think I might call it mystery level. How about that? Because I have no idea what level this is. One across here, one across here. I think I'm going to call it mystery level and let you decide. There we are. You can decide what level it is for yourself. Maybe you'll put it in the comments or something like that. What level you think it was. I just don't know with this. I really don't. Usually, I'm quite critical of the observer for not putting up a level, but I'm not sure I know it. 7 blocks up here. That puts the 7 here. 7 blocks like this. And across here, that's going to give us a 7 in that square there. 7 across here means that's a 7, that's a 3. I've got digit 1. Now I'm going to click through the digits again to see if anything else can be had. The 2s, no. The 3s, not sure. The 4s, not sure. The 5s. This is what we can get because we know 4 and 5 is missing from here. So this is the next number we need to look for. This is a 6 then, isn't it? Okay, and now we have 6s blocking across this row here, if I can only keep my mouse going. Therefore, that will be a 6. And now 6 is finished. And now there's only one number here, which is a 9, I believe. And that's going to give us a 9 down here, of course. And the 9 blocking down and down. I mean, maybe it's an easy level game. Maybe it's a medium level game, or I have no idea. I really just don't know. But I happen to get lucky and find something which, the thing is, finding a single can be difficult. I kind of just happen to notice and get like a feel for, I think that's a single. And but that could have been something that was difficult to find. I may have just been lucky, so I don't know. Right, there's a little bit more to do. Anyway, what else is still to do? What are we missing here? 3, 4, and 8. We've got the 4 and the 8 in the same column, so that's got to be a 3 then. Down here we are missing 3 and we are missing 8. So this is 3 and 8. No help from up on the high. This then is going to be 2 and 5. That will definitely help. 2 blocking down there. Here's the 2 and here's the 5 to finish the row. With the 2 blocks up here, and blocks across here. So here's our 2. Okay, now we've got the 5 blocking this square. I knew that this was 4 and 5, so I know this has to be 4 and 5, so that's going to be our 5. This will be our 4. This will be our 4, and the 4 up here gives us 5 here and 4 there. Now we have 5s blocking up these 2 columns. That puts the 5 there. Or you could just look down this column and see what's missing. Same thing. And up here we're looking for 7 blocks here. So there's the 7. This will be a 3, and we'll take that to the bottom. We know the 3 goes there now, and this is an 8. 8 blocks up here. Here's the 8, and the final digit is a 4. So thank you for joining me for today's Observer Mystery Level. I don't have a category for that on my playlist. Never mind. I'll just stick it up and let you deal with it. Bye-bye.